All right, guys, we're going to do a little bit of legs. And I'm limited here in the gym. My office gym is what I can do for legs. And yeah, I do work out my legs. People are like, I think in part, it's the clothes that I wear, my shorts cover it. But yeah, I work out my legs. I'm older, okay? I'm 60 years old. And legs are one of the first things that go. But it's so important to work out your lower body. Men, women, it's crucial. And I believe that when you work out your lower body, you tend to work out your whole body because it takes so much work. Your legs are such a large, you've got quads, four muscles in your legs, you've got your hamstrings back here. You're working out large muscle groups. So it requires a lot more effort. But what happens in the long run is you overall stimulate your entire metabolism for overall health. And these are the things I talk about a lot in the collective, in that we holistically need to consider everything. And part of the workouts need to include lower body and upper body. I work out my calves. Yes, genetically, I'm somewhat gifted. I was born with nice calves, but at the same time, I still have to work them out in order to maintain their shape. So we're going to do a leg press machine, which we have here. And what I love about this machine in general is I can do different exercise with this. So we're going to do some leg presses. We're going to focus on different feet placement in order to stimulate different areas of the legs. Get myself in a nice position. And even here, what I like about the leg press here is that I'm not going past parallel. Like I'll stay to about here to maintain the contraction, down to about here and then up. Again, legs and knees are an area that are riddled with potential injuries. So you need to be careful. Again, what's my thought process? What am I planning on doing? I just want to be able to maintain, I'm not looking to get huge tree trunk legs, that I can't wear a suit or can't wear shorts. I want to maintain my overall shape, and I obviously want to maintain my physical health. And legs are crucial and part of the puzzle for that. But again, if I can get 10 to 12 sets focused, and here I'm not allowing my knees really to go past my toes. I try to keep it that way. You'll see, when I was younger on the hack machines, I was doing a lot heavier weight and I wasn't really mindful of these different things. But as I'm older, I need to focus on being in control and ensuring that I'm not going to hurt myself. What I love about this machine is that we can put our feet in different positions and it'll trigger muscle interaction differently. So if I go lower, but obviously I can go really low and I could work calves, but we're talking about legs. So if I go a little bit out here, but I'm a little lower down here, I'm working more of my thigh area overall gear, right? And you can feel it. And you need to experiment. And what I mean by that is try what works for you. Everybody's got a different range of motion too with regard to their leg press. Don't have to go super heavy on this. Try to get at least 10 to 12 reps on this. So again, pressing. And I try not to allow my knees to go too much past my toes. So this is about shoulder width here. You can go where you point your toes out this way as well. And believe it or not, pointing out this way, I'm working in here. Again, in a controlled fashion. Got to be careful with this exercise too, because you don't want to strain your groin. So it's all controlled. You can go in with your feet, and that kind of works a little bit more on the outside. And basically more or less your entire thigh area. But again, you can't really go too deep when you're going close because of the range of motion. Now, you can also go up higher. And when you go up higher, you're going to trigger your glutes and your hamstrings more. And you'll feel that. One of the things I've noticed with people here when they do these machines, and you'll see it on the leg press at the gym, is that they'll put a bunch of 45s on here on I call it the ego lift. They'll put a bunch of 45s on here. They'll go over here. They'll get themselves ready to go. And not necessarily on this machine, but they're going to be pushing this way, and they'll do their range of motion will be something like this with the weight. What they're trying to accomplish, I have no idea what this is about, because this is just putting pressure on your legs for no range of. What are you doing with this? I don't understand, other than potential injury. But that's what people do. So many people are trapped into their youth, and they think about how they used to lift and the things they used to do, and they're older, but they haven't outgrown their thought process and their approach to working out. You've got to work out differently as you get older to maintain that longevity. It's sad. I see with a lot of people where they just don't recognize that they can't do what they used to do, and further, with their diet. I see the guys in the gym. You see them all the time. They got their shirts cut off and they got those muscles, but they got their bellies out till they can't even see their feet. It's because they're not taking care of their diet and their habits. I guarantee you they're drinking alcohol. I guarantee you they're eating fried foods. They're not taking care of themselves. Yeah, they go in there and they work those arms, So it's one of those things where I guess in life it depends what you want, but for purposes of longevity and health, those guys aren't healthy. Those guys with their bellies out like this aren't healthy. You need to focus on holistic overall health. And in order to do that, your approach and thoughtfulness with regard to the gym is crucial, along with your health, getting your blood work done, getting a good anti-aging medical provider to oversee what you're taking. I do take testosterone replacement therapy. I'm a 60-year-old guy. You may need testosterone to help. I take peptides. Peptides are amino acids, okay? Let's demystify the whole process. I take peptides too, again, under medical supervision. These are the things that you can consider doing to help you on the longevity of life. Not short-term, longevity is your approach, because I don't know about you guys, but I got a lot more living to do.